Hi, everybody. I am Bhavna, and I'm building a brand remote. I'm building this remotely, and I have been a nomad for the last three and a half years. And I have Akash with me here, who's building a AI company remotely. And we would like to know more about his experience of being a nomad. How does he manage? So, can you introduce yourself, Akash?
Hey everyone, I'm Akash and I'm the CEO at Celebrate.ai. We are a remote first company focusing on Amazon sellers, and we have been in business for almost 2 years now.
Okay, so when did you start liking traveling, and how did you come to it, and what worked?
So I think before remote, I was part of a company called Observe.ai, and during COVID, all of us shifted remotely. It was again a tech. It is still there. It's a tech company. All of us moved and started working remotely, and that's when I think it was after the first wave.
Yeah.
We thought like, why are we stuck in Bangalore? If we have to work remotely, we could work from anywhere. So then there are a bunch of our friends. I think we were six of us, three couples. We decided, okay, we'll go to Goa. We'll try finding accommodation. We only booked for a couple of weeks. See if we like it, and then we stay there. And all of us ended up staying there at least like 4 months, 5 months. And then it was really fun. We then also had like a bunch of our friends who kept visiting. Most of them would come for a couple of days a week, but they'll end up staying for weeks.
More. Just for context, Akash and I have been partners for the last 8 years, and yeah, that's why we know each other's stories. Yeah, go on.
And that's where I think the journey started. So for working remotely, it does have its own challenges, but then it also has its own perks. And then briefly before leaving Observe, the entire team moved to in person in office.
Yeah.
And we were in Bangalore. We had an office in Bangalore and in San Francisco, but the Bangalore one, and I started hating going to office because of traffic. Right, you'll end up spending like half an hour, 45 minutes every morning stuck in traffic, even before starting the work. So I'll probably be in a bad mood by the time I will reach office. So I realized, right, like you lose your freedom, even if you have to be in office for say one couple of days a week. You lose a lot of your mobility in terms of where you want to be, how you want to spend your time. Right. So I think that's where it all started.
And then, so how many countries have you been to? Just quickly take us through your journey, like very quickly.
I think starting with Goa, we came back, then we went to Ooty again in South India, then Maldives, Costa Rica, Mexico, US, right? Multiple times in US. We then I think did also like a 3 months road trip.
Yeah.
Visiting all the national parks.
Yeah.
Right. After that, we did a 6 months a backpacking trip in Southeast Asia.
Yeah. I think we quit. And both of us quit. Yeah. I was working, you were working, both of us quit, and then we did like 3 months.
3 months, 6 months
Six months,
months backpacking.
yeah.
Right. So I read about this thing called Banana Pancake Trail.
Yeah.
It starts from Thailand to Laos, Laos to Vietnam, Vietnam to Cambodia, and then from Cambodia to Thailand again.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like a full, and people have been doing that 1970s. Right. And so we did that. We did like proper backpacking.
Yeah.
The only thing we had was like our backpacks,
Yeah.
like take public transports.
Yeah.
We did a slow boat. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
2 days.
Yeah.
It took us 2 days to reach
Yeah.
from Thailand to Laos. That
And
was
then
fun.
to Europe, 3 months.
3 months road trip again.
Yeah.
That was fun. Iceland, Norway.
Yeah. So we've been around. So after all of this, did you feel tired? Did you want to choose like one place, or did you want to remain with your freedom? Like, did you want to, like, when you started working, you had obviously had a choice that, you have an office at some place, maybe in Bangalore, maybe in Goa, wherever, or continue with your nomadic lifestyle. And what made you choose being a remote founder first?
I think
And which companies were you inspired by the way?
I think Airbase
Yeah.
was definitely one of the good companies. Basecamp again is a good example of a remote first company. What else? I would say these were the few
Yeah.
top two that come up in my head. I think what inspired me right? So even if you look at the founders at Celermate, right, one of them is based in Delhi, right? Avinash is based in Bangalore, right? I move around a lot, depending on like for fun and for pleasure, like for business and for fun, right? So it does give like a lot of freedom in terms of the talent pool you have that's accessible to you.
Right.
Right. We have a lot of engineers who are sitting in tier two cities, tier three cities, tier one cities, right? We have a couple of people in Mumbai, we have a couple of people in Pune, right? In Hyderabad. Even like in North India, we have like one in Gurgaon.
We're not limited by hiring just in a
One
city
one
or a
specific
country.
geography.
You know, if tomorrow you need somebody who has to be based out of, say, Europe, you can obviously hire them.
No,
No worries.
yeah.
So, what is the biggest challenge of building a AI company remotely? Like, is it about the coding, the productivity aspect of it, or it's about staying connected? What is the biggest challenge that you faced?
I think connected.
Yeah.
Right. Works get done.
Yeah.
Right. And if you start your company from day one, right, you end up building processes in a way where you right. And definitely like having experienced people in your core team
Yeah.
definitely also helps. So like fortunately for me, like the other co-founders, both of them are pretty experienced in leading remote teams and leading large teams.
Right.
Right. So that helps.
Let's move on to the next one. Has this, being a nomad, because you have to fit your life in a suitcase, has it made you a little bit of a minimalist, do you think?
I think it's a byproduct. You end up being a minimalist because you move around a lot.
Yeah.
Right. And
You can't love your 3 BHK alone, right?
you can't do a 6 month backpacking trip in like 4 large suitcases.
Yeah.
Right. So you end up, and then I think what travel also teaches you a lot is like looking, you become a lot more self-aware.
Right.
Right. And if you are self-aware, you know what you like. You're more aware of what you like, what you don't like.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So probably in those larger suitcases, you don't use 80% of the items you bring in.
And I'm so glad that you say that because, I have seen you being a non-minimalist and this, and I do remember you coming on a hike in a cabin back in Malta, and I always keep going back to that. And yeah, it's very cool to see that the travel has brought about so many changes in you, and just making you a little bit more cognizant of what you buy and what you don't buy, what you own and what you don't. Right. So if AI was a minimalist, what would be the first thing that you would like to delete from a nomad's life? Like, what do you think you're just carrying with you for no reason? Like, is it clothes, cooking items?
I think the amount of wires I have in my bag is too damn high. Right. Thankfully now everything has moved to USB-C. So now like I don't have to carry like 10 different wires, but
Right.
still like end up having like there's a different one for my watch. My laptop has a different one. So that's definitely.
Those things. So, what has been your funniest remote work fail moment?
Right. So I think this was when we initially started
Right.
traveling, right? And I had one of my board meetings, right? I think that was in Costa Rica.
Yeah.
And then the internet didn't work well, right? So I had to be like off camera, and then I was cutting in and out.
Yeah.
That was pretty bad. So I think since after then, like whenever I have good meetings, I do check, okay, the reviews about internet for the places which I work.
Right. And as an entrepreneur, do you think in life, just owning less and simplifying, like you said about USB-C, helps you stay focused in the business also? Like, does that do that to you?
Yeah, I do feel right that you carry over your personality from personal life to
Right.
business, and let's say from a professional to personal, right? So the way you are in your personal life, most likely you will mirror that in your professional life, and the other way around as well, right? So I think as an entrepreneur, like being focused, right, being able to prioritize, being able to declutter your thoughts is really, really important.
Right.
Right. And minimalism teaches you to focus on things which are priority. It teaches you to focus on few things that have the biggest impact in your life and like remove everything else. So that is really important, right?
Right. It's what carries in your company, because if if you remove the noise and only focus on the right things, the progress is just right there. You can't take it away from it.
You get better at picking up signals over noise,
Yes.
right? So your like signal to noise ratio becomes better,
Right.
and then that also helps.
So I know a lot of people who are really inspired by, I think, both of us, considering, that we've been managing our, companies, good or bad, ugly, whatever, but we've been managing our company while being on the road, for the last 1.5 years. So I have two questions there. I'll ask one by one, right? Do you think, would you go back and change this and build a company, say in the Bay Area or in Europe or in Bangalore? I know that you're pissed about the traffic, but it's less about the traffic and then what you spend, but more about just being in one location and having an office and going to the office every day.
Right.
Would you go back and do that?
I will not change anything in my life. I'm like pretty happy with status quo. So no, I think being remotely has me like have that much more time,
Yeah.
which I can devote on my physical health.
Right.
Right. That helps me keep my energies up.
Yeah.
Days when I have longer work hours, I'm probably more productive.
Right.
Right. It has helped our teammates, right, focus on family as well.
Right.
We have people in our team who are working away from their families in a different city.
Yeah.
Because now their company wants them to be in person.
Yeah.
Right. They've been away from their family for 1 year, 1.5 years. Right. Now they are back with their families.
Yeah.
The only reason it is because we work remotely.
Right.
Right. They are more committed than anyone else
Right.
in the team.
Right.
Right. And they are happy. Their quality of
Yeah.
life is way better.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
The people are able to focus on their families as
And
well as
their health.
and health.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I will definitely not change.
Yeah, I think it's the same for me. Like, even in my team, I see that, people who are working, they may not have, set timings, but they're very committed and they are able to deliver. And I think, yeah, maybe, it does help in building culture,
Right.
when you are in person and maybe things get done faster. But I think, at least for me, like, slow growth is not a bad idea.
I don't think it's slow or fast, right? It's just that the way of working.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. In person, things are, I feel like, at least it's a lot more ad hoc.
Yeah.
Right. If you are remote, that structured plan, well documented
Yes.
from day one, right?
Yeah.
It's about like these small tweaks.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think, I think the productivity is better.
Yeah.
You get to hire a very diverse talent.
Yes.
Right. And it's also about like you end up attracting that kind of talent.
Synergies, you just bring together, people.
There are a lot of people in our team who would not have been able to
Do they?
get them
Yeah.
or like have them in our team
Yeah.
just by
Coming,
because of if he had those physical requirement of being an officer.
right. So coming to that, I know there are a lot of people who want to start doing this. So what's your best, way that you can suggest, in just a very few words or in a few lines? What advice would you give them? How do they start traveling? What can they do? And what's your opinion on that?
It depends, right? If they have a job where they can say work remotely, that would be good, right? There are a lot of companies which offer sabbaticals.
Right.
Right.
We've seen so many people, right?
So in our travel, right, most of the people we meet, they're like, okay, I'm in my 30s, I'm in 40s, I'm in my 50s, I'm a teacher, I'm like, you can
Different spheres of life.
different spheres of life, right? And then they take like 3 months, 6 months of break. And it's very normal for them to take those breaks, right?
Yeah.
But I think in our country and in general, right, at a lot of places, even in US, I would say it's not that
Easy.
easy and like it's not culturally accepted maybe.
Right.
People see that as slacking.
Yeah.
Right. I would probably see that as recharging.
Right.
People come back, they're more motivated.
Yeah.
Right. So
I think the system is meant to keep you in the same job, because now I follow a lot of those people who we met in our travels, and I see they've completely switched their careers.
That also happens, yeah. Your
Most
priorities
of them.
change.
Yeah, your priorities change. You just come back recharged, questioning so many things in your life. I've just seen people switching careers like nomads business.
Yeah.
Right? They were, doing some tech roles and now, they are a salsa teacher. And I'm like, what just happened?
Yeah, they're having fun.
They're having fun.
They're healthier.
Yes.
Way less stress level.
Yes.
So
Absolutely. So how would you go about, traveling first? Like, would you say what country to begin with? How do they do like small trips, or do they just go all in and go for like 2 months? What do you think about that?
I would say take baby steps. There's no go for a 2 week trip, right? Then maybe a month, do a couple of month trips, right? I think taking on like a 6 months long trip away from home in one go will get difficult. It doesn't get difficult. We have seen with ourselves,
Yeah.
right? Like even with me, I think initially when we started traveling, I would get like homesick probably by the third or fourth week.
Right.
So I had to go back pretty quickly. All right. That's why we took 6 months for that Southeast Asia trip, because like every fourth, fifth week, I'm like, let's go back. Right. I need home food. But then slowly you get used to, right.
Being out.
Being out, being more comfortable.
Right.
And then you have your own routine.
Yeah. I think building a routine is very
Yeah.
important. So now, if just to summarize, the first thing that you said, you find a remote job for yourself.
Yes.
Before doing that, take a couple of weeks off and see even if you like traveling, because I also think traveling is not for everybody. Just see if that works. Then the second thing is, take baby steps. Then third thing is maybe build a routine.
Yes, definitely have a
Right.
routine. But to be a lot more disciplined as
Yes.
compared to when you're going to office, because at office timing enforces you to be disciplined, and you have a boss
Yeah, who are reporting to.
who are reporting to,
Yeah.
right, who will get upset if you don't.
Don't have one time.
Stuff like that. Like you have to be an adult.
Yeah.
Right, behave like an adult.
Yeah.
If you're working remotely.
So how long did it take for you to build a routine? I think a couple of years or a year, I think, of traveling to build like a health routine and a food routine and stuff like that, right?
I would say, yeah, at least year, little more than a year,
Yeah.
is when I had the routine.
Right. So basically what I'm hearing is it's a journey.
It's a
right?
journey. Everything in life is a journey.
Yeah. So, it's easy to get inspired, but I think going through that journey is it itself is a journey that you go through, and everybody's journey is the different. Just take the journey, take the first step, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I think this was great, and I really like talking to you.
Hopefully, that's why we are married.
No, but about